My name is Saint Fortune.
Extra thick!
Hey everyone, it's me, Muffin Bandit. Don't worry, I haven't gone away. I've just been finding it very difficult to make fashion right now in Destiny because mostly it's all the same looks. We don't have any new armor pieces. The game is a little bit stale right now. Don't get me wrong, I still love it, but there's just nothing too exciting right now. And I did have a video coming out where I was going to be talking about all of the top posts on Reddit, and I was kind of going to go over my thoughts on those, and that is still coming, so don't worry about that. But since I did need to get out a video today, and this one's going to be pretty easy to make, let's go ahead and talk about the new Trials gear that Bungie just teased. Ooh, crap. Did you guys hear that? I think that was the noise of all of your eyes collectively rolling in your head. I know all of us don't play Trials anymore, or probably never have, and PvP is a little bit of a mess right now, especially Trials. But in the pursuit of fashion, we have to do what we have to do. And as a once great Grandpappy Muffin once told me, he said, "Muffin, you do whatever it takes to look your best, because you know what? No one likes ugly people." What a wise pastry that guy was. But alright, enough chatting. Hit that like button to make that seal of approval very happy. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and maybe after all these years your dad will finally return from buying milk at the store. And lastly, give that notification bell a good old fist bump. Alright, so today we're going to go ahead and start off with the Hunter Trials armor. Alright, so the first thing that comes to mind is that this looks absolutely sinister. Like, I thought that helmet was a exoface. I thought he wasn't wearing a helmet at first, but yeah, it looks like an exoface. I wish I could see it in better lighting, but that looks evil. It looks like there's like jewels for eyes there. And one of the first things that I noticed on the helmet is that he has kind of like a crown going around his face. It kind of dips down at the forehead, goes around the eyes, and then finally like peeks down towards the chin. As far as that cloak goes, it looks very sharp, and it looks like it's made out of metal. There's kind of an ornamental piece towards the top of it, and I'm betting that goes down kind of like the Guardian Games cloak. And it also looks like there's like wings coming off of it. They're on the left and the right side of the shoulders. I'm not actually too sure if that comes off of the cloak or if it comes off of the chest plate, but if those are wings, that's gonna look so good. And of course, all of the Trials gear is based off of that ancient Egyptian style, so I'm betting that these are going to be scarab wings, and I really hope they are because that's going to be so freaking cool. And now moving on to the shoulder pads, they kind of look a little basic from what we're seeing here, so nothing too crazy going on. They're just basic shoulder pads. They almost look a little Titan-like, but definitely a lot smaller. Whenever we go down to the actual chest plate, it looks like there's a really cool design going on there. Like, there's definitely some wings on there. There's definitely that like Trials style of like lines going on there. There's going to be a lot of gold. But yeah, just kind of closing thoughts here. I am completely in love with this hunter set so far. I think that a lot of hunters are going to use it from what we're seeing here, and I can't wait till we see the full set. Alright, now let's take a look at that Titan set. Okay, immediate first impressions, I'm thinking Black Panther. Like, look at that face. That's obviously Black Panther inspired. And even the little like collar that's going around that chest plate, it's very like African themed for sure. And I'm also getting like very heavy like executioner vibes from this dude. Like, he's definitely the person that, you know, cuts the other person's head off once they commit treason or something. I don't know. But this also reminds me a lot of that one armor set that I can't think of the name of, but I'll make sure to pop it up on screen here, that has that like panther-like head to it. It also reminds me a lot of the Crown of Sorrows raid set that has that like golden necklace with all the jewels around the chest plate. That's what it's kind of reminding me of. But yeah, I can already predict that that chest plate is going to be a little hard to work with for me. Mostly because I tend to like armor pieces like the Sunbreaker plate, where it's kind of like bulky around the shoulder area. So that way, whenever you have some bulky pauldrons, it just kind of flows nicely into that. That's not me saying though that I don't like the design. I think it's still going to be really cool, and I really like that necklace thing that's going around there. It has like a bunch of blades on it, and there's some blades around the neck area, which is not safe by the way, but I bet that's going to look really cool. Moving on to the arms, I can see some giant spikes coming out of there, and honestly, I'm super into it. I love it whenever we get like spikes coming out the shoulders, coming out your back, coming out your legs, wherever it is. I am a big fan of blades and spikes. Just throw them on the armor, and I will use them in combat. And from what I'm seeing in this picture, they do kind of look like they're going to be easy to work with. They do kind of round off towards the neck area, which is something that I really do like in gauntlets. And from there, let's go ahead and move on to the helmet. The helmet is a little bit weird, although it does look really freaking badass from here. I'm not too big of a fan of that, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't like it whenever helmets have faces on them, is what I'm saying. But I'm also not saying that I dislike this helmet, even though I tend to stick more towards the kind of visor looks for helmets. I still kind of like this. I definitely like the respirator that's going from the top of the nose all the way down to the bottom of the mouth. And lastly, I'm a big fan of whatever's going on at the top of the head, where it's almost like a blade going around that top head area, and there's like a design on the big forehead there. I'm a fan of that, and honestly, I'm a big fan of this look. I think I'm going to definitely pursue it. It looks freaking cool. You look like an African executioner, or almost like a Black Panther. Alright, so now let's go ahead and move on to the Warlock Trials gear. Alright, what immediately comes to my head is two things. Holy hell, this helmet is very pointy and thin. And the second thing, I really hope that it isn't just Photoshop and that there is an actual fire effect happening in the center of that helmet. Like, wouldn't it be cool if we got shaders that gave us like fire effects or like electricity effects? That'd be freaking dope. But anyway, don't get too excited because like I said, it's probably just the Photoshop. But regardless, at first I didn't like this helmet, but now that I'm really looking at it, I kind of like it. It almost looks like a dark elf would be wearing this, doesn't it? Like, it looks like he's evil, it looks like he's got some, like, fire magic ready to go, and it also looks like he has, like, ears to the left and to his right, like some, like, pointy ears, if you kind of squint a little bit. As far as the robes go, it's really hard to see. It has that, like, popped up collar, which is nice. It has a little, like, a leather band going around the left shoulder. It looks like there's some jewels on there, which is nice, and it looks like it has like an undershirt as well. Hopefully it's like a trench coat, but I bet it does kind of close off towards the stomach area. From this image, and again, it's always really early to judge whenever we get teaser images like this, but I don't think I'm gonna end up liking these robes. They look baggy, and they look weird. I don't know. Hopefully the rest of it looks amazing, and hopefully we get like a crazy bond or something for this one. But yeah, hopefully when we see more, I'll definitely like it a lot better. The tough part about Warlock teaser images from the chest up is honestly you're only getting the cloak and the helmet, where on the Titans and the Hunters we can see a little bit of the arms. I do want to close off the Warlock bit by saying that I do like that little white jewel towards the bottom of the chin on the helmet. I'm a fan of that, and I guess that's really all I can really say about this. Overall, I think I'm going to like maybe a few pieces off of this, but the main robes don't look like a winner to me yet. Alright, looks like that's going to be it for me today, guys, but don't worry, I won't be gone for long because we are getting really close to that next season, and you know, once the new season comes out, of course I have to talk about all of the new armor sets, and we have to make some cool things with all of those armor sets, so you will be seeing a lot more of me very soon, and of course we have that Reddit video coming out. Depends on whenever Bungie decides to release more armors. Hopefully I can fit it in between all of those videos. And I want to end off this video by saying thank you for the 30k followers on Instagram. If you don't follow me on Instagram already and you just follow me on YouTube, just so you know, there is an Instagram page, and if you want daily fashion, that's where you go. I literally have not stopped uploading since I created that page, so it's been a little over a year now, and yeah, if you want nonstop fashion, that's where you go. And of course, if Instagram isn't your cup of tea, I also have a Twitter where I post the same exact stuff and some bonus stuff. But alright, it's time to go. Go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button or I'll break your freaking knees. And go ahead and give that notification bell a good old fist bump on your way out. Have a good day, everyone. And as always, stay beautiful.